Hi there, and welcome to the training. My name is Greg, co-founder here at Cheatsheet, and today we'll be diving into one of the most pressing challenges for parents of teens, helping them raise their exam scores without stress, frustration, and overwhelm that so often comes with it. Whether you're feeling stuck or just looking for fresh, effective strategies, you're in the right place. What we'll cover today: step-by-step action plan. We'll walk you through a proven 3-step framework to help your teen prepare smarter, not harder. From identifying and tackling their weak areas, to mastering critical vocabulary, to connecting the dots between concepts, instead of just memorizing them, the system is designed to deliver real results. Tools for success. You'll learn practical strategies, free tools, and experts' tips that you can start using today to help your teen feel confident and ready for their next exam. So why does this matter? This isn't just about raising grades. It's about equipping your teen with the skills and confidence they'll carry into all areas of their academic and personal life. So as a parent, what will you get out of this training? You're going to get clarity and focus. You'll leave with a clear roadmap to support your teen without feeling overwhelmed or unsure where to start. You'll get some actionable takeaways. You'll discover easy-to-follow steps that make studying more effective and less stressful for both you and your teen. And you'll get some exclusive resources. You'll gain access to free tools and examples to help your teen implement these strategies right away. And our promise to you, by the time we finish, you'll have everything you need to help your teen approach their next exam with confidence, clarity, and the tools to excel. We'll be together today for about 45 minutes, and every second is going to be packed with strategies, tools, and insights that you won't want to miss. Stay tuned as we reveal the surprising yet simple shifts that you can make all the difference in your teen's exam preparation. Ready? Let's get started. Just a couple quick housekeeping notes. I'll be reading the slides here to be as descriptive as possible for those of you listening on audio only, so you can get the picture even if you can't see the screen. And you can download all the slides for free, no opt-in needed, so you can reference them later. Go to tutorteach.ca/exam prep slides. That's tutorteach.ca/exam prep slides. All right, let's begin. Here we dive into the backbone of the system, the A+ student roadmap. This structured framework is designed to guide your teen step by step, making sure no part of their exam preparation journey is left to chance. The roadmap ensures every teen gets a tailored approach that fits their specific challenges. Instead of guessing what to study or how to prepare, your teen gets a clear, actionable plan. A critical part of this roadmap is the Mastermind exam prep courses. These aren't generic classes. They're targeted sessions designed to help teens focus on the most important areas for their exams, giving them the best chance to succeed. This isn't about overwhelming your teen with more work. It's about making their preparation smarter, more efficient, and ultimately more effective. Meet the A+ team, the minds behind the system. We work with accredited teachers and professionals to create programs, content, and courses that make up the A+ student roadmap. What sets us apart is the wealth of data we've collected from working with thousands of students. We've analyzed what makes students excel and turned that into a predictable, results-driven framework. Our programs are built in collaboration with top-tier educators to ensure the strategies we share are effective and rooted in proven methodologies. With this combination of expertise and real-world results, you can trust that your teen is getting a system designed to maximize their potential. Let's take a look at some of the real-world results we've achieved with parents just like you. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. The A+ student roadmap has already helped thousands of students transform their academic journeys. Margaret's daughter, a grade 10 student, for example, went from math being her worst subject to getting 90s. Sean's grade 12 son went from falling behind to never better. And Cindy's son Jake tried everything to master trigonometry, and only after our Math 10C prep course achieved an amazing 89%. These successes aren't just luck. They're the product of a system that identifies each student's unique challenges and gives them a clear, actionable steps to overcome them. A big part of these results comes from the focused strategies in our Mastermind exam prep courses, which helps teens zero in on the key areas they need to improve on. These are just a few examples of what's possible. Imagine what your teen could achieve with the right tools and guidance. Next, let's explore why these results are so impactful and how we can make them predictable. If you haven't already, go ahead and download the exam prep slides here at tutorteach.ca/exam prep slides. One of the most exciting things about the A+ student roadmap is that it takes the guesswork out of academic success. We've developed a system that delivers predictable results for teens no matter their starting point. This predictability isn't magic. It's based on thousands of data points we've gathered from working with students. We know it works, and we've refined our approach to make those strategies repeatable. At the heart of this predictability is the Mastermind exam prep courses. These sessions focus on key areas that move the needle the most, ensuring your teen can achieve meaningful improvements quickly. Parents, this means you don't have to wonder if your teen's efforts will pay off. With this system, success becomes a matter of following the process. Let's take a closer look at why these results are so consistent and how they've worked for families just like yours. One of the standout tools in the A+ student roadmap is our carefully crafted exam prep cheat sheet. This is you and your teen's go-to guide for breaking down complex topics into simple, actionable steps. Think of this as the ultimate study hack. It helps you and your teen get focused on the essential information they need to succeed without getting lost in the details. The cheat sheet isn't just about memorizing facts. It's about understanding key concepts and organizing them in a way that makes studying faster and more efficient. In the Mastermind exam prep courses, we show students exactly how to maximize the use of this cheat sheet, turning it into a powerful tool for exam day success. With this cheat sheet, your teen won't feel overwhelmed by their study load. It gives them clarity and focus, which are critical for confidence building. Now that you've seen one of the key tools in the roadmap, let's dive deeper into how we make the entire process seamless for you and your teen. Imagine if preparing for exams was like assembling a puzzle with all the pieces perfectly laid out. No missing parts, no wrong pieces, just clarity and confidence as everything falls into place. And this is exactly what the exam prep cheat sheet provides you. A stress-free way for you and your teen to finally see the big picture and connect all the dots they need for success. Instead of piecing together random study materials or relying on guesswork, you can perfectly align with the A+ student roadmap, giving your teen everything they need to succeed without overwhelm. Parents, this means less frustration for your teen and peace of mind for you. It's a simple, effective way to make exam prep manageable and productive. Now let's take a closer look at how this metaphor translates into real-world results for your teen. Without a clear plan, teens are left to figure things out on their own, only relying on last-minute cramming or random study strategies. This leads to burnout, stress, and underperformance. What's missing here is a structured approach that empowers teens with the tools and strategies they need to succeed, something that works for their unique challenges and strengths. Many teens are not just battling academic challenges, they're also grappling with anxiety. The fear of not knowing the course material well enough can feel overwhelming. In some cases, previous bad exam scores can leave lasting effects, almost like post-traumatic stress when it comes to exams. These emotional hurdles can make it even harder for teens to focus, prepare, and perform well on their exams. It's not just about the knowledge, it's about their mindset. Parents often see the anxiety, but don't always have the tools to help their teens overcome it. This can lead to a cycle of frustration and inaction. This is why the system like the A+ student roadmap is so vital. It not only gives teens the tools to succeed academically, but also builds their confidence to overcome past setbacks and tackle future challenges. Last-minute cramming creates more stress and fatigue, leaving teens less confident and more likely to make mistakes during the exam. It's a vicious cycle that leaves both teens and parents feeling frustrated. Hopelessness sets in because teens feel unprepared and unsupported, and parents feel powerless to help. Many families turn to Google for answers, only to find themselves overwhelmed with too much information, or worse, conflicting advice that leaves them even more confused than when they started. Without a clear plan, every attempt at preparation feels like grasping at straws. This cycle of frustration can lead to procrastination, ineffective study habits, and ultimately poor exam results. Next, let's explore how this structured approach not only reduces frustration, but also creates real, measurable results for teens. So how can we turn this around? Imagine transforming your teen from feeling overwhelmed and frustrated to confident and prepared for their exams. It's not just about improving their grades, it's about building their belief in themselves. With the A+ Student Roadmap and the Mastermind Exam Prep courses, your teen can raise their exam scores by up to 40%. That's not just a number, it's a game changer for their confidence and future opportunities. Confidence is the secret ingredient to success. When teens feel prepared and know they've covered all critical material, they approach exams with clarity and focus. And for parents, this system means less stress and worry, knowing your teen is on the right path with proven strategies that work. Next, let's dive in deeper how these strategies work to deliver results quickly and effectively. We know how busy life gets, which is why we've broken down exam prep into actionable steps you can easily follow to support your teen. First, encourage your teen to get intimate with their weak areas. This means identifying the topics they're struggling with and focusing on improving those first. Next, help them stock up on key terminology. Understanding the language of their subjects is critical for grasping the material and performing well on exams. Finally, use tools like mind maps to connect ideas and organize content. This makes it easier for your teen to see the big picture and retain information more effectively. These steps aren't about adding more to your plate. They're about guiding your teen towards smarter study practices that build confidence and clarity. The importance of addressing weak areas. The first step in effective exam prep is to have your teen identify their weak areas. These are topics or skills that are holding them back the most. Why does this matter? Many students avoid their weak areas because they find them intimidating. But addressing these gaps head-on can make the biggest difference in their overall performance. Addressing weak areas isn't always straightforward. Teens often face challenges that make this process harder than it needs to be. And there are three main challenges that teens and parents often deal with. The first one is lack of awareness. Many teens simply don't know where they went wrong. Without organized assignments or clear feedback, they struggle to identify their weak points. Challenge number 2 is avoidance of failure. Reviewing past mistakes can feel discouraging. It's natural for teens to avoid confronting areas where they've struggled, leading to procrastination. Challenge 3 is feeling overwhelmed. With so much material to review, teens often don't know where to start. This lack of direction creates stress and delayed progress. Mastermind Exam Prep helps solve these challenges by guiding teens through a structured process to identify and improve weak areas without feeling overwhelmed. Once we've identified the challenges teens face in addressing their weak areas, the next step is to implement practical solutions. This involves helping students organize and inventory their mistakes to create a focused and actionable improvement plan. You can collect old tests, quizzes, and assignments, review and identify patterns, and use targeted tools to make this process a little easier. As a parent, you can play a significant role in guiding your teen through this process, helping them see mistakes not as failures, but opportunities for growth. With this approach, your teen can tackle weak areas systematically, turning frustration into confidence. Let's move on to the tools that's going to make this process even smoother. Encourage reviewing past mistakes together. This is more than just about identifying what went wrong, it's understanding why the mistake happened. Mistakes are like roadmaps that guide us to the root of the issue. For instance, repeated errors with fractions in math might indicate a fundamental misunderstanding of division concepts. By systematically reviewing these mistakes, your teen learns to focus their study efforts on areas that will have the biggest impact on their performance. So step 1, collect old test quizzes and assignments. Do this yourself or have an accredited tutor assign it to them. Begin by gathering all past graded work, assignments, tests, quizzes, even notes from classes. These artifacts give you a history of their progress and help uncover reoccurring errors. If it's overwhelming for your teen to do alone, this is where your role as a parent or a tutor's guidance can make a huge difference. Help them categorize and label their work by subject and topic to make patterns easier to spot. Step 2, identify patterns in mistakes. For example, are they consistently losing marks on similar question types like geometry problems or on careless errors like skipping steps? Noticing these patterns allows your teen to approach their studies with precision instead of feeling lost and overwhelmed. Identifying patterns isn't just about improving grades. It's about building the confidence to tackle the challenges head-on, knowing exactly where to focus. So why does this matter? Mistakes are powerful opportunities for growth. Recognizing reoccurring issues means your teen can avoid wasting time on topics they've already mastered and instead zero in on the problem areas. This also builds self-awareness, which is a critical skill for academic and life success. Make this easier and more targeted by using our error analysis sheet. The error analysis sheet is a simple yet powerful tool to help you and your teen organize and track mistakes by type. Instead of just knowing they did poorly on a test, the sheet provides a way of classifying errors. Was it a careless mistake, a computational misunderstanding, a missed concept? This tool simplifies the process and makes it actionable, which reduces overwhelm for both you and your teen. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about progress. Whether you're doing this alongside your teen or with the support of a tutor, the goal is to provide clarity and direction. A structured approach like this takes the guesswork out of studying. In the next slide, we'll show you exactly how the error analysis sheet works and where to download it for free so you can start implementing this strategy immediately. Set aside 30 minutes to go through a sample of old tests and assignments. Dedicate a short focus session, 30 minutes, to walk through past work. During this time, the goal is not to overwhelm your teen, but to identify specific recurring challenges. This targeted approach is much more effective than spending hours on general review. So download the error analysis sheet at tutorteach.ca/error patterns. Going to that URL will identify our 6 steps to error analysis. Use it to guide a collaborative review session with your teen or share it with their tutor to ensure everyone is aligned on improvement goals. Once you've identified the problem areas, you'll feel more confident that your teen's study time is being spent on the right things. We know that reviewing errors can feel discouraging for teens. That's why the error analysis sheet is designed to be empowering. It shifts the focus from what went wrong to how can I improve. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Now that we've covered how to identify and categorize errors, let's look at a real-life case study of how this tool helped one family turn their teen's performance around. Let's dive into a real example of how the error analysis sheet turned confusion into clarity. Meet Sarah and her daughter Emma. Emma was frustrated with algebra because she didn't understand where her mistakes were coming from. Like many students, she felt stuck without a clear path forward. Sarah helped Emma collect her last 3 math quizzes and noticed a pattern of consistent computation errors. Together, Sarah and Emma used the error analysis sheet to examine Emma's recent math quizzes. They identified that the most of her errors weren't due to misunderstanding the concepts, but rather computational slips, like adding or subtracting incorrectly under pressure. This insight gave them a precise area to focus on. Emma was able to pick out exactly where she was making mistakes. She improved her quiz scores by 30%. By isolating and addressing computation errors, Emma developed targeted strategies, such as double-checking her work and practicing similar problems. Within weeks, she saw her quiz scores rise dramatically, boosting her confidence and making algebra feel manageable again. This case study shows that small, focused efforts can lead to big results. The error analysis sheet provided clarity, turning Emma's frustration into measurable improvement. It's not just about finding mistakes, it's about learning from them and turning them into opportunities for growth. And the error analysis sheet can help you do that easily. If your teen is feeling stuck like Emma, this tool can be a game changer. And remember, you don't have to navigate this alone. Our resources and support systems are here to help you and your teen make progress. Now that we've seen how identifying weak areas can lead to real results, let's explore the next step in building a strong academic foundation, stocking up on vocabulary. For many teens, vocabulary can feel like a daunting task. Often they struggle with identifying which terms are actually important for their exams. Instead of understanding the meaning and application of these terms, they rely on rote memorization, which is ineffective and easily forgotten. Add to this the challenge of inconsistent study habits, and it's no wonder cramming becomes their fallback method. Let's take a look at 3 common challenges. The first challenge is difficulty in recognizing key terms themselves. Many teens don't know how to identify which terms are critical for exams. They might gloss over important concepts in their textbooks or fail to pick up on the clues teachers emphasize in class. The second challenge is over-reliance on rote memorization. A common pitfall is focusing solely on memorizing definitions without understanding how terms connect to larger concepts or how they're applied. This limits the ability to use those terms effectively in an exam context. The third challenge is lack of consistency. Students often wait until the last minute to cram vocabulary, which leads to poor retention. Without consistent review, it's harder to internalize and recall key terms under pressure. Understanding these hurdles allows us to approach vocabulary building in a way that's not only strengthens a teen's test prep, but also builds their confidence and comprehension skills. With these challenges in mind, let's discuss actionable ways to implement effective vocabulary building strategies that empower your teen to succeed. Remember, building a solid vocabulary isn't just about memorizing the definitions. It's about actively integrating key terms into their study practice. This means helping your teen identify important terminology and using it in context to reinforce their understanding. Let's explore specific tools and methods to make this process easier and even more engaging. Highlight key terms together. Collaboratively, review notes, textbooks, or lecture slides with your teen. Use a highlighter or underline unfamiliar terms to create a focused list of vocabulary to study. Remember, you can do this with your teen or you can assign it to a tutor they're working with. Turn this list into flashcards or a vocabulary sheet. These can be physical cards or digital flashcards using tools like Quizlet for efficient review. Why does this matter? Identifying key terms helps teens focus their efforts on what's most important, avoiding unnecessary overwhelm. Vocabulary is often a cornerstone of subject mastery, making studying more effective and goal-oriented. Integrate terms into everyday practice. Engage your teen in casual conversation to reinforce the vocabulary. For instance, ask them, "Can you use mitosis in a sentence?" This informal use of terms helps reinforce understanding naturally. Encourage your teen to use these terms creatively in daily life, such as explaining a concept to a family member or a friend. Why does this matter? Using vocabulary in multiple contexts solidifies understanding and builds confidence, which is crucial during exams. Create a vocabulary game. Make studying vocabulary fun by turning it into a game. For example, use free tools like printable bingo cards to gamify the process. Each correct term they recall could be a win. Games like word association or competitive flashcard reviews can also add an element of fun and engaging to vocabulary practice. Why does this matter? Games make studying less tedious and more interactive, which can improve retention by creating a positive association with learning. Utilize tools like Quizlet Flashcard Maker for organized learning. Printable resources such as vocabulary bingo cards are great for family or group learning sessions. Let's take a look at a case study. Michelle's son Liam, a tutor-teach student, struggled to grasp essential science vocabulary terms like osmosis and mitochondria. These terms were crucial for his understanding of biology concepts, but felt overwhelming to him. Michelle collaborated with Liam to create a Quizlet deck of biology vocabulary terms. They also incorporated daily practice sessions to reinforce these terms. To make the process more engaging, they turned vocabulary practice into a game by using bingo-style rewards for correct answers. This gamified approach motivated Liam to actively participate in his learning. The result? With consistent and interactive practice, Liam significantly improved his understanding of key terms and their applications. This improvement was reflected in his academic performance as he achieved a 92% on his biology test. This slide introduces the third major strategy, shifting focus from rote memorization of content to identifying connections and patterns across concepts. The find connections, not content step emphasizes deeper comprehension by linking ideas, which leads to improved retention and understanding. The key idea here is about integrating ideas and forming relationships between different topics or subjects. This strategy develops critical thinking and makes learning more meaningful. Why it matters? Memorization has its place, but without understanding the interrelationships between concepts, students often struggle to apply their knowledge in tests or real-life scenarios. Let's look at 3 common challenges of finding connections, not content. First one is relying only on memorization. Students often focus on memorizing facts rather than understanding the relationships between ideas. This limits their ability to apply knowledge creatively or critically. Memorization can make studying feel like a checklist or isolated facts rather than a cohesive process. It's important to help teens realize that seeing the big picture is the key to understanding and remembering material more effectively. The second one is difficulty seeing patterns. Teens frequently struggle to identify patterns or link across different topics, which hinders their ability to connect concepts meaningfully. Without guidance, students may miss critical patterns, such as how themes in literature repeat across different works or how a scientific principle applies in various contexts. This creates gaps in understanding that make learning feel fragmented. The third one is lack of visualization tools or templates. Teens often lack the tools needed to visualize and connect complex ideas. This makes understanding abstract or interrelated concepts harder. Tools like mind maps, charts, or templates can be game changers, enabling students to see the bigger picture and organize their thoughts in a visual way. Parents or tutors can introduce these tools to help teens synthesize information effectively. Without making connections, teens may feel overwhelmed by the volume of material and struggle to retain what they learn. This leads to surface-level learning that doesn't translate well into exams or real-life applications. In this section, we'll look at using mind mapping as a tool for connections, looking for patterns, and going from rote memorization to relatable. Parents can support this by collaborating with their teen on mind maps or using visuals to break down complex ideas. And tutors can further facilitate by providing examples that bridge topics creatively. Teach them mind mapping. Introduce your teen to mind mapping as a visual tool for organizing ideas. Start with a central topic, for example, photosynthesis, and branch out into categories like processes, inputs, and outputs. Why this matters? Mind maps encourage active learning, making it easier for teens to engage with their subjects. This method fosters understanding by visualizing how concepts are interconnected. Use platforms like Lucidchart or Google Drawings for online mind mapping. And for a quick start, search for templates, for example, mind map template for science, or whatever topic that your teen needs help with. Number 2, encourage identifying patterns. Pose questions that prompt comparison and connections. For example, how does the French Revolution relate to the American Revolution? Or what common themes exist between these literary works? Recognizing patterns strengthens analytical thinking, enabling teens to see relationships across subjects and topics. This enhances retention and builds critical thinking skills. So put the focus there. Link concepts to real-life examples. Use real-world scenarios to explain abstract ideas. For instance, link Newton's laws to sports by asking, how does Newton's third law apply when kicking a soccer ball? Relating concepts to everyday life solidifies understanding and improves recall. Teens develop a practical sense of how knowledge applies to the world around them. Work alongside your teen to create mind maps and connect ideas. This shared activity can turn studying into a bonding experience while helping them practice valuable academic strategies. Let's look at a case study. Amanda's son Ryan, a grade 11 social studies student and tutor teach student as well, struggled with understanding the origins of nationalism. He found it difficult to connect historical events and understand the broader implications of nationalism. Ryan's tutor collaborated with him to create a detailed mind map. This visual tool broke down key impacts of nationalism into regional, international, and global categories. They also worked on linking events like wars, revolutions, and treaties, identifying recurring themes and their impacts on modern society. This approach helped Ryan see the bigger picture of how nationalism operates and its historical significance. The result? Ryan raised his final exam mark by an impressive 27%, showcasing how visualization technique can directly enhance academic outcomes. Visual learning strategies like mind mapping can demystify complex subjects for teens. Encouraging them to break down topics into smaller, relatable parts builds confidence and ensures they approach exams with clarity. Parents should motivate their teens to try different visual tools to find one that resonates most with their learning style, such as timelines for historical events or flowcharts for scientific processes. So we just covered a fair bit on the exam prep cheat sheet homework. I'd like to just go over a little bit of a recap so we can summarize the 3 action steps for you. The first step was introspection on weak areas. Have teens systematically review errors in previous assignments or tests. Encourage them to ask, why did I get this wrong? And what was missing from my understanding? Remember, you're going to want to use the template we provided for the error analysis sheet. The key benefit here is this targeted focus allows for more efficient studying and creates a clear path for improvement. Number 2, vocabulary mastery. Use tools like flashcards and incorporate key terms into everyday conversation. Challenge teens to define terms or use them in sentences related to their studies. Key benefit here is familiarity with critical vocabulary ensures better retention during exams and boosts confidence in answering test questions. Number 3, finding connections. Develop mind maps to visually organize related ideas. For example, link themes in literature or trace cause and effect relationships in historical events. The key benefit here is building connections fosters a deeper understanding of topics, making it easier to apply knowledge across different types of questions. Parents can use this cheat sheet as a daily or weekly guide to help teens stay consistent in their study efforts, ensuring preparation doesn't become overwhelming. Reiterating small, actionable steps like these can create a habit of purposeful learning, reducing anxiety and fostering greater test readiness. Remember, this is just one small step of our A-plus student roadmap. If your teen is running out of time with an exam coming up soon, or you just want to get them unstuck faster, our Mastermind exam prep courses are the next logical step for teens who are ready to turn these strategies into real results. It's designed to take the guesswork out of studying and ensure your teen is prepared, confident, and equipped to succeed with their exams. Our prep courses integrate all the techniques discussed so far, addressing weak areas, building vocabulary, and finding connections into an actionable, results-driven system. With interactive course review, personalized feedback, and clear milestones, your teen stays motivated and on track. We focus on high-impact strategies that deliver results quickly. No wasted time or effort. Your teen gets access to expert guidance and resources, ensuring they're never left feeling stuck or overwhelmed. As a parent, you can feel confident that this course is designed with both your teen's success and your peace of mind in mind. It provides a structured, proven system that simplifies exam preparation for everyone involved. Just for context, I'm going to break it down for you to be as transparent as possible. This is not just another test prep course, it's designed to tackle your teen's biggest challenges. First, we have the live 8-hour instructor-led workshop valued at $480 for the subject you choose, tailored to your teen's grade level. They'll learn exactly what they need to succeed with no fluff or filler. Next, you're getting the course replay so your teen can revisit the material as often as they need to strengthen their understanding, and valued at $149. One of the most exciting parts of our exam prep is a detailed workbook with step-by-step exercises and practice questions to reinforce learning. It's as thick as a textbook at a $47 value, and it's designed to make the concepts come alive for your teen. And with the on-demand replays available in the members-only area and lifetime course access, including course updates, your teen can revisit the material whenever they need a refresher. And will never miss a step, no matter how hectic their schedule gets, because they can access it from a laptop, tablet, or mobile device. Finally, personalized support from the course instructor to answer questions and guide your teen until their exam is complete, so they never feel like they are tackling this alone, valued at $197. Altogether, this package is valued at over $967. But today you're getting everything: the live workshop, detailed workbook with practice questions, lifetime access to course replays, and expert guidance for just $199. That's less than the cost of a single extracurricular activity or sports registration. But this course provides the academic edge to ensure they don't fall behind while balancing everything else. If you want your teen to walk into their next exam confident, prepared, and ready to succeed, this is your opportunity. Don't wait, your teen's success starts here, and success is only one exam away. Go to tutorteach.ca/exam prep and choose the course subject your teen needs to get unstuck in. Secure their spot, and we'll make sure they get the invite to the live or on-demand course, and you can get on with your day knowing you have one less thing to worry about. I hope you enjoyed the training. See you next time.